say it.
Ready to go?
The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark.
Nasty.
The solo alley-oop. That's not something we see too often.
Timed it perfectly. You're right. And caught the defense totally off guard.
Hey, guys, how about this coach? Looked like his heart was in his throat there for a second. Now, though, he's able to smile. More of a smile of relief.
Lowry against Ellis. It's another look. No good from Valanciunas. Now the Pacers moving it up. Got a hand on it. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Young's running.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Ellis outside. Pass to George. Allen kicks to Ellis. Trains the three-pointer. Ellis has got himself on the board with 3 there.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He said almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed it.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
Hill kicks to Allen. Indiana moving the ball over to the middle. It's Young on the wing, guarded by Valanciunas. Back to Ellis. Shot clock at 6. Hill kicks to George. Fires from 14, and again it's Indiana.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Young with the steal. There's the lob to the hoop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Knocked away. It's stolen by Hill. Here's George.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense.
Well, last year Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2000.
Yeah, but you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
DeRozan against Hill. Clock at 6. And here's George for 3. And he gets it to go. George has got 9.
Well, I tell you what, getting out in transition has really been a big part of this run they're on now.
And the best way to pile up points in a hurry, just run and get your buckets before the defense can get set. You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Allen, a screen on Carroll. Dishes it to Hill. Young passes to George. Carroll with the rebound.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot. They were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
All going up court, and Hill throws it down.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better, he's a phenomenal finisher.
Enjoy seeing that kind of bounce out of that spot on the floor.
And the Raptors call time here.
And as you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in. Here's Lowry. No good again that time.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game. And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the
That was incredible.
And chalk up a few more points for them there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense. I mean, it's all been terrific.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward. Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this.
Oh, my goodness. Where did that come from? That was beautiful.
Unbelievable what I'm seeing here. Is this the dunk contest?
Hey, this one counts, Clark. Believe me, what confidence to attempt the alley-oop to himself.
He couldn't resist on that. The adrenaline just flowing. One of the more spectacular plays we've seen.
Here's Ellis, rips down the breakaway slam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Patterson, the screen. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Valanciunas with a screen on Hill. DeRozan dishes to Lowry. And Lowry gets double-teamed. And oh, here we go. Young's got it, the fast break chance. There's the triple. Back to George. From deep three-point range. Kept alive by Indiana. Young passes to George. Hill kicks to Young. Kicks it out to Ellis. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
The Pacers making a switch here. Mahimi's checked in. The Pacers shooting their first free throw of the night.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether. You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his bag. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Hill dishes to Mahimi. Shoots the three. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
Well, the defense is just not closing out quick enough.
And it's Hill with the jam.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
It's stolen by Hill. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself.
Major posterization right there, guys. The defender gave him up way too much height. All he could do was try to get out of the picture.
Shots good from Young.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Hill. On up the court. It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
The Raptors have gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. And another fast break for Indiana. The Pacers are running. From deep, George. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. DeRozan against Hill. It's stolen by Hill. The finish, the big dunk at the end of the break.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Young outside. They set the pick. Pass to George. Just 5 on the clock. Feeds it to Ellis. For the 3. And the Pacers another 3.
And really, that's what built the early lead here. Killer shooting from beyond.
And the defense needs to recognize that and get to the shooters. It's imperative that they get a hand up.
What an incredible run they're on right now. Offense as well as I've ever seen it played.
Every single guy on their team with the absolute.
That was incredible.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Lowry passes to DeRozan. Patterson, another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Here's Mahimi, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. Hey, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear something.
I think I had that all my life.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And, you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Pacers here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Oh! Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown. How's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway. Self-service.
the most magnificent alley-oop he could have chosen.
Yeah, and he pulls that one off, guys. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And here's Toronto. This game against Indiana, the first game of the NBA's regular season.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Yeah, it's really plain as pound cake. They're the better team. I mean, they'll look to prove it again here tonight.
And the basket by Hill.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their pass.
And it's George finishing it off.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk. Huh?
I feel that.
Sending a message. Yes,
How about,
sir.
guys, that's one of those dunks that you probably want in your career highlight reel.
Well, the one word you can use to describe the Raptors postseason last year, disaster. I mean, Greg, nothing went right for them.
Yeah, I mean, after that great regular season, they were completely just manhandled by the Wizards, swept out of the first round in 4 straight.
And taken away by Ellis. He lobs it up.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, that was nice.
No doubt. There are assists, and then, guys, there are assists.
And I tell you, the Raptors really were befuddled with how that series went. I mean, they just never got things going and became the first team to go.
That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what?
Man.
That man can climb a ladder.
But they recover it. Young for 3. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And the basket by Hill.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Tries to snap the cold streak. No luck. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. And here they go.
Is there another player out there capable of moves as stunning as that?
A handful at the most. He is an elite company.
You know, he's got that it factor. No doubt about it. He causes excitement just by walking in the building.
Terrence Ross is checked in for DeMar DeRozan. Indiana also making some changes. Hill, he's checked in for Young. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for George Hill.
An offensive mastery right there. I mean, great move in the lane and then the flush.
With just no way for the D to handle it.
Well, I tell you what, you just got to sit back and admire the creativity there. No hesitation at all on that alley-oop. Saw his teammate with the path to the hoop, and bang! Lobbed it right up there for him.
And he was ready for it, elevated, made the catch. You saw the result.
And you know what, though? I like the fact that he still chose that conservative finish there, just making sure he got the deuce.
Here's Miles. Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Miles. Moving it up. And it's Ellis finishing it off.
Now this is just getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this up.
Can't remember the last time they missed one. Remarkable shooting here.
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Ty Lawson, he's checked in for Ellis. And Hill has it in the corner. In the corner, Stuckey with it. Lets it go from deep, and the basket by Hill. And here is Joseph. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And then C.J. Miles with the dunk.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
The Raptors have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. On up the court. And it's Hill with the jam.
Unbelievable what I'm seeing here. Is this the dunk contest?
Hey, this one counts, Clark. Believe me, what confidence to attempt the alley-oop to himself.
He couldn't resist.
Miles has gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Tipped away. Stolen by Miles. And they're pushing it up. And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
Ross on the wing. Will it go? And Allen with the block.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Knocked away. Stolen by Miles. All going up court.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Powell kicks to Patterson. And again, Toronto no up.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
The pass to Joseph. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
The Raptors making a switch here. Valanciunas is checked in. And a change for the Pacers. Mahinmi's checked in for Lavoy Allen. And Lawson, here we go. From deep. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Now, here's Joseph. He's tightly guarded. Ross kicks to Valanciunas. Ball's knocked loose. It's taken away by Stuckey. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And then C.J. Miles with the dunk.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Mahinmi dishes to Miles. And it's Hill with the jam.
Scoring well here at the midway point, and now they're starting to put some distance between them.
Well, offensively, they just continue to roll. I mean, they're padding that lead bit by bit as a result.
It's stolen by Lawson. And here we go with Lawson running it right up the court. And then C.J. Miles with the dunk.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
And you do. You have to have both ends of that play, and they were fantastic on that one.
It's stolen by Lawson. And here they go. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow.
Biyombo, no luck.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now. I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Here's Powell. He's guarded by Stuckey. There's the pick. Shot to stop the drought. Kept alive. They shoot again. Biyombo, no luck. Indiana controlling the game. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their... confident.
Now here's Joseph. Lawson defending. 4 on the shot clock. His first shot coming late, and it's sent back by Hill. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. And the Raptors with some changes. Damari Carroll's checked in for Ross. DeRozan comes in, and it's Lowry in for Joseph.
Kyle Lowry.
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
.36 seconds left now here in the second. Now here is Lawson. 8 points for him. It's Hill on the wing. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots after a good start.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Carroll for 3. And through one half.
Hey, Kevin.
The 2K Sports.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 40 points, 4 steals, and 1 assist. And that'll wrap up our halftime show, the third.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
On the court for Indiana, they've got Young. That is just nasty.
Off the athleticism on that finish. And, Clark, that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up 2 baskets, the one you didn't get, and then the one you allow the opponent to get. Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Pacers didn't have the year they wanted to last season. Still, their defense was right near the top. They kind of hang their hat on that, don't they?
Exactly. I mean, that is what this team's culture is all about, defense. And even in a down year, they were very hard to play against for other teams.
That was incredible.
We're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
And here we go. And then George with the jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. Man, oh, man.
How's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway. Self-service.
the most magnificent alley-oop he could have chosen.
Yeah, and he pulls that one off, guys, to perfection. They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And that one's good, Ellis.
You know, you look at what they're doing, and it's easy to see why they want to run right now.
And, guys, 9 straight points for them on fast breaks. And you can't blame them for getting out. And all of a sudden, you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting everything to drop at an ideal time. I mean, they're poised for a terrific crunch time run here.
He dishes it to Young. Back to Ellis. 6 to shoot. Allen kicks to Hill. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. And the Pacers another 3.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just...
Wow!
The solo alley-oop. That's not something we see too often.
Timed it perfectly. You're right. And caught the defense totally off. Oh, wow.
Now this is just getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this up.
Can't remember the last time they missed one. Remarkable shooting here.
And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. And Lowry gets double-teamed. DeRozan with it. George picks him up, and it's DeRozan missing.
Ugly start to the second half. They've missed the first 4. They've got to get on track. Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Yeah, it looked good initially, but then broke down just as quickly.
And it's George finishing it off.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
I think the crowd is still stunned by that one. Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Tipped away. Paul George with the steal. The Raptors have gone 0-4 from the field in the second half, yet to find the mark. Here's DeRozan. That's short off the rim.
Something needs to change for them here. I mean, starting the half 0 for 5, that's not going to get it done.
And here's George for 3. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Patterson, the screen. It's stolen by Hill. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Ellis, the pass to Hill. Now the dish to George. This one for 3. And that one's good. George has got 60. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Indiana.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed. And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Ross is checked in for Patterson. Mahinmi's checked in for Indiana. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carroll.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
There's Ellis with the 3-ball, and Indiana another 3.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time.
Oh! Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown there.
Stolen by Ellis. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself. Oh! That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
You have got to be kidding me.
Clark, talk about taking things into your own hands.
I tell you what, that's one of those plays where you want to get credit for not only the bucket, but also the assist.
And it's good.
And just a great job of controlling that defensive backboard, then getting out in transition. That's been the difference.
7 straight fast break points, Greg. They've got the defense gasping for breath right now.
And it's Mahinmi finishing it off.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
It's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
And for Kyle Lowry, last season was full of milestones. First, he signs the big contract extension for 4 years. Then he earns his first ever All-Star selection. Unfortunately, he didn't finish as strong with the postseason, but a terrific year.
And Toronto making a change here. Biyombo's checked in. 6 to shoot for 3. Wow, that makes him a perfect 10 for 10, double-digit perfection.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And up the court come the Pacers on the break. And George with this stuff.
Now, this is just getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this up.
Can't remember the last time they missed one. Remarkable shooting here.
Here's... Oh! Whoa! Man, oh, man. Tipped away. It's stolen by Hill. And here again, the Pacers in transition up.
Oh, nasty.
Oh,
nasty.
did he get?
Woo. Nasty. The solo alley-oop. That's not something we see too often.
Timed it perfectly. You're right. And caught the defense totally off guard.
And guys, how about his coach? Looked like his heart was in his throat there for a second. Now, though, he's able to smile. More of a smile of relief.
Surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
And guys...
Oh! Did you see that? Man, oh, man. And taken away by Ellis. And, oh, here we go. Hill coming back. And Hill throws it down.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Hill's gotten everything to fall, shooting 6 for 6 tonight. Lowry dishes to Biyombo. Knocked loose. Sweet little floater.
It took them a while, but finally they take the lid off.
You know, sometimes all it takes is one to get a team going. We'll see if that's the case here.
That's good. 65 points for Paul George.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And you talk about huge single-game scoring performances like we're watching here tonight. Going back, only one play. Think of this, only one play in NBA history to go triple digits. And that's the Big Dipper, Wilt Chamberlain, on March 2nd, 1962.
Truly an iconic record. I mean, 100 points. I mean, it's hard to wrap your mind around. But Wilt was a man among boys, a player who changed the way an entire sport was played. Truly a revolutionary.
Knocked away. Young with the steal. Puts up a 3, and Indiana another 3.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Kicks it out to Ellis. Takes a 3. That's good. Ellis has got 43 points.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
And Joseph kicks to Ross to the wing right side. Young with the steal. The shot by George. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Woo-hoo-hoo, Kevin.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Pacers out in front, just dominating this one. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
George double teamed. It's George on the wing. Takes the three. And the Pacers another three.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Scola, no up. So it's the Pacers now. Jacks up a three. That's good for George on the assist by Ellis.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing.
And Hill throws it down.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And really, once he got that steal, just really nothing the defense could do.
That's why turnovers are so costly, because in many cases, they're indefensible once possession changes hands.
Back to George. Fires for three. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
Just dialed in from the three-point line in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they're putting a world of hurt on him with the triple.
And taken away by Ellis. And stolen by Scola. And oh, here we go with Ross. Nobody back. No good again that time. Indiana's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. The Pacers have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Ross kicks to Joseph. That's tipped. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Allen leading the charge. And the shot is good.
It's pretty simple, guys. It's not complicated. The solution to ending this run will be to get back and actually be serious about playing some defense here.
Yeah, they're getting beat down the floor. And really, unless you're going to the glass, you have got to sprint back defensively.
Ross with a screen on Hill.
Jason!
Screen by Scola. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Young. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Robinson's checked in for George Hill. And it's Lawson in for Monte Ellis. And the shot is good.
I think they're trying to go for the kill here. I mean, they're starting to take a lot more three-point shots than they had been before, looking to run away.
And as long as you keep getting quality looks, the coaches should have no complaints. Play with confidence.
Indiana's gotten in the groove from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take-no-chance slam by the big fella. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Robinson with it. Powell on him. And fouled hard that time. shoot two.
And you know, the new court projection visuals, all the rage in the NBA now. Instead of having to use a screen over the court, they just project video and images straight onto the court. I think before long, you'll see it everywhere.
Paul George, he's checked in for Indiana. Those court projections you see in the pregame, we don't even have the best angle for them. They're so good.
Yeah, nice perk for those sitting a little higher up on those or those watching TV. It's about putting on the show and at the end of the day, entertaining the fans.
Thompson passes to Joseph. Poke loose. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. George with the ball. Buries it from three-point range.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
One-on-one fast break. Ross against Robinson. Here's the three. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that three, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
And Joseph kicks to Thompson. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Here is Ross. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Wright, he's checked in for Toronto. Outside Robinson. Three-pointer. And that one's good. Robinson's got 9 points in the quarter.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing.
Turner dishes to Robinson. Miles the pass to George. There's the three. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball.
They get it back. Thompson, no good with the layup. Here's Indiana. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Powell kicks to Wright. Thompson sets the pick for Wright. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Robinson. And Turner with a clear path to the rack. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
Fast break. Here comes Indiana. They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
Robinson kicks to Allen. He feeds it to Turner. Fires the three. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And he's looking to really stretch this lead out, even with the cushion they have, still letting it fly from long range.
Shot off the screen. Scola, no luck.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going. Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there?
Oh, the rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Corey Joseph's checked in for Powell. The Pacers also changing it up. Hill, he's checked in for Turner. Stuckey comes in for Glenn Robinson III. And it's Lawson in for George. Miles dishes to Stuckey. Releases. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field. And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Hill passes to Miles. Hill kicks to Stuckey. And again, it's Indiana converting.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
And now it's Lawson running. He can go all the way. And Indiana, another three.
And how about the pressure they're able to now start to apply, taking advantage of every miscue?
Guys, the big advantage has really been the points off turnovers.
On up the court.
And it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And the shot is good from Stuckey.
And wasting no time in transition, really pushing the pace.
And, you know, when the defense doesn't have time to set up, it really does make scoring a lot easier.
And Allen with the slam.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play.
Oh! Ho, ho!
Unbelievable what I'm seeing here. Is this the dunk contest?
Hey, this one counts, Clark. Believe me, what confidence. That was incredible.
Now this is just getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this up.
Can't remember the last time they missed one. Remarkable shooting here.
Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Lawson with the ball and stolen by Wright.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pacers.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And it'll go down as their first official win. Of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Ellis. There isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double.
The Pacers making a switch here. Young's checked in for Lavoy Allen. Ellis comes in for Solomon Hill. He's checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Paul George in for Ty Lawson. Here's Joseph. The shot from the low post is good.
Oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
George dishes to Stuckey. Down low. And Ellis the bucket on the assist by Stuckey. 48 points for Ellis.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Poke loose. Stolen by Ellis. From deep, George. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.
Guys, Paul George standing.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Monte Ellis. He simply had a dominant third quarter, and it quickly became apparent. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season.